of her. Are you enjoying the class of 2017? I know it's a bit weird when you first watch and you're not involved.
It is a bit different, but no, I'm loving it. I'm just like a super fan all over again. So all of those emotions are now just from the sofa on a Saturday night, curled up, blanket, tissues in hand.
I know.
It never goes away.
It doesn't.
It never goes away.
Still weeping,
Still weeping.
This time last year, just to remember where you were, you'd just done a rumba, 4th on the leaderboard, which shows even, you know, things can change so much still, can't they, in the competition?
I remember that week so vividly because we'd been in the dance-off before. And it was just get to Blackpool. It was like, just doesn't matter, whatever the score is, just get to Blackpool. So it was relief. And obviously, things all can change after that. We're just past halfway. So they've got, the journey is still there, the glass is half full, loads still to come. OK, so let's have a little... You've been following very closely. Yes. You're going to share some of your findings with us. Where should we begin? Well, let's have a look at an overall leaderboard because we've got the remaining couples here. And even though Susan, Kevin and Johnny Noti down at the bottom, it's actually not that distant in points to the top, considering over 8 weeks of dances. But Alexandra and Gorka and Debbie have consistently been awesome, and the scores have related that. So it's just the middle group. You never really want to be in the middle because I think for a voting public, they always go, oh, we're not sure if they need voting, but everyone's been awesome.
Let's talk about the boys, shall we? One of my favourite subjects. We're going to start with Joe. There is Joe, only the 3 of them left in the competition. And how's he doing?
Joe's been fantastic. Consistent all-rounder. I remember when he opened it up with the jive. And his jive was fantastic. And he had the rumba, like you say, which bizarrely was the same time of the series last year.
As yours. Same points,
I believe. So, no, he's mirroring well. But this Charleston, we didn't do a Charleston anywhere near as good as this one. I think they got 36. So a really high-scoring Charleston. He's got 10s as well between him and Katja. And the last 3 weeks have been in the 30s. So consistency from Mr. McFadden.
Shirley says dark horse. What say you?
I say no.
Oh, no, but he's got a good point.
Because there's no darkness in it. The guy's top 3 on the overall scores.
There we go.
He's a bright horse. He's a unicorn. He's been great. Does that make any sense?
It makes complete sense. Let's talk about the comeback kid. David. When he was in the bottom 2, I said to him on this very show, I said, don't worry, look what happened to Ore. He really... this weekend was really good for him as well.
Another high-scoring Charleston. I just get distracted by the man's
physique.
The beautiful
thing.
Guy.
He is a beautiful guy.
But no, also I'm always amazed by the soap actors because of the hours that they spend doing their show, and then to be able to see him pull out this 38 for their Charleston was fantastic.
Good work.
Part of the 10 club as well. David.
Go on, David.
Appreciate that. He is a bit more of a ballroom boy because I don't think he's had a 30 in the Latin. So if anything's holding him back, it's probably that. But I think with a wingspan as broad as his, the guy can do anything.
Wingspan. I mean, is that before? Like it. On to Johnny. He is the baby of the boys.
He's only 24.
I know.
I think people forget that. He is still so young, but still so mature. And I think... OK, he hasn't necessarily reached the heights of some of the others, and he's only been in the 30 club once, I think 31 for an American Smooth. So at this point of the series, he's going to need to start upping the scores if he's going to prove himself. But that jive was a reminder of what the guy can do. Wasn't that one of the most remarkable sights that we've ever seen on the show? I think that was amazing.
I mean, you can see it on his face. Do you feel he's got something to prove at Blackpool?
I think maybe, because he got to bounce back from being in the dance-off. But if you're going to rise to the occasion, it's always going to come in Blackpool. I think we could see something cool from him and Oti.
OK, we will discuss the ladies in a moment. We have reached the halfway point in Ore's overview. Plenty more to come from the champ. Here's the champ. I can't even make my leg do it at that speed.